Everything. They better stop playing with King Push on everything. They better stop playing. For real. Let me make sure everything good on the sound end. Or Buddy Lee go live. Got an hour left. Yeah, they better stop playing with King Push on everything. That boy don't play. I'm with the wrong one. They better stop playing on everything. Wait till I play this little clip. They better stop playing on everything. Hurry up, laptop. For real, on everything. They better stop playing with King Push. Let me get it right. Hold on. Let me get it right. They better stop playing with King Push. Yeah. Yeah. Let me wind this thing back.
But yo, I like, that's not skip.
Let me wind this thing back. Hold on. Let me see what it sounds like.
It's just not a thing that, for me, that...
Alright. Wind this thing back. Hold on. Let me see what it sounds like.
It's just not a thing that, for me, that...
Alright. Let's get it. They better stop playing with King Push. That boy don't play on everything. Let's get to it.
That I'm not a... Man, you... Like... I don't know. It's something that they...
Let's get to it.
Drake was beefing.
Let's
I was
get it.
gonna ask you, you know, you're big on loyalty, right?
Yeah.
You're big on crew.
Yeah.
So I want to go back a little bit.
Okay.
Here we go.
So when Ye and Drake was beefing, and of course you jumped into the beef, right?
Right.
And they squashed the beef.
Right.
Where does that leave you?
Oh, man, I'm still outside.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? That's your man beefing, and then they squash it, and now you still outside.
I'm still outside. You know, it's for me, I think that was really good for them. I think that they both, like, there's something weird with them two, that, like, the coexisting of both of them together is just, like, really, I don't know, it's something that they just have to have.
For real.
Me personally, you know, I don't really stand anything to gain from, like, you know, squashing anything or whatever. I mean, I'm not entertained, but I'm not. There's nothing I want from the situation. I don't want to do a record. I don't want to do none of that.
So where does that put you? So like when they do the show in LA or they together, do you say, you know what, I'm not gonna come to the show?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like he was like, yo, you gotta come. I was like, nah. I think you should go to the show and have a good time.
You should be there.
Yeah, like you have a good time. But I don't. It's just not a. It's just not a thing that for me that I'm just really entertaining. I ain't entertaining.
You're not aggressively going after him, but you're not trying to squash it.
No. I don't. Yeah. You know, I don't care. I don't care to squash anything. It's nothing to talk about for me.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been through it. We've been through it, and that's just that. And ultimately, everything I'm doing right now is really purposeful. Like musically and everything. Like I know who I want to deal with, who I want to work with. I know what this is, and he just don't fall in those lines, so it doesn't.
Better stop playing with King Push.
If he says something about you, like people are saying the song that leaked with Jack Harlow, he's taking shots at you. Do you let it slide, or do you respond?
Man, you know what? I think, like, I even heard that, and it sounds old to me.
For
like,
real.
The flows sound old. Like, it don't sound like, and then it's like, even what is considered like the shots is like, bro, after what I've done, like the middleman talk and all that type of talk, that's not scathing for me. I'm here to like burn down everything.
Everything. Subliminal.
Yeah. And it's subliminal. It's like, bro, we not.
One more time.
That's not scathing for me. I'm here to like burn down everything.
So it's more like a subliminal.
Yeah.
And it's subliminal. It's like, bro, I'm not subliminal with nobody today. Like, I'm not doing that.
So you ignore it, or do you?
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I honestly feel like, and from the sound of it, it just sounded old to me. Like, it's not like fresh.
Now, as a lyricist, do you always keep something in the chamber just in case?
Now, as a lyricist, I got a file
Ooh.
of just fire.
Ooh.
For whatever.
Now, is that for different artists as well?
That's for everything. That's for
everything.
That's a file cabinet full of death. For sure.
Just in case.
No, for sure.
Now, I was also gonna ask, you know,
they better stop playing with King Push on everything. King Push better than Drake on everything. They better stop playing with him on everything. After they got destroyed and made that dude had to make him be a father to his son on everything. That boy better lay off on Pusha T. Came back to his brother and his wife. Boy, no, he getting that work on everything. When he put out that diss song, I've been playing that ever since on everything. They better stop playing with King Push. They better be about to nobody on everything. For real. And then that album, the album, oh, it's almost dry. They're on fire on everything. They better stop playing with King Push on everything. For real. That boy better than Drake. For real. And I'm gonna keep calling him King Push, cause he's King Push. Slaying them cocaine lyrics on everything. Like I finna slang the cocaine on the GTA. On everything. That boy better stop playing with King Push. For real. For real. One of my favorite artists on everything. For real.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels? I'll bring it by.
They better
I'll get back to
stop
work.
playing with him. For real. Let's get to it.
I've seen it with you do it with Stephen Victor.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done it to me a couple of times. Sometimes when you feel like you can reach out and ask or put your hand on somebody if they're doing something wrong and speak to them, you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had those conversations with Ye where sometimes Ye was not acting like himself?
You know, me and Kanye's relationship is real. It's a real honest one.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when he's like on whatever he's on,
Mm-hmm.
like me and him disagree a lot, like a whole lot. But even the other day, he told me, he said, like we had a long conversation, and he was like, man, you know, he hit me back after. He said, yo, when I talk to you, I get to look outside of myself.
Mm.
And I think that's what I'm like. That's how I look at myself, like what I can bring to him. Cause I'm like, when it comes to like the inner circle, I'm the newest guy. In all honesty, like everybody, he been with everybody for 20 plus years. Like as you can see in that Genius doc, you see all of those guys. Like I only came around in 2010.
Right.
But I feel like with that being the case, I speak with another level of just honesty and a whole nother just, purpose and intent. Like he got his crew, we all crew, but I have a real team myself of 20-year people that are fully outside of him that, when we ain't rocking, like I'm still busy over here too. So I think that allows for me to like really just, him to understand that what I'm saying is coming from a real like, yo, this is just how I see you. Like I'm not out on the outside looking in, and this is what I'm gonna tell you.
Do you think he respects your opinion more? Because sometimes when you have the closest people to you, they eat off you.
Yeah.
So sometimes they might not be as honest as they should because
Right.
they eat off you. Where you, it doesn't matter if Ye don't do a beat for you or nothing. You can go wherever you need to go. You're already established. Does he feel like maybe he looks at you different because of that?
I 1000% know he understands that, like, I'm speaking from the purest place. It's not a level of, it's nothing.
Bro,
I put out an album every 3 years, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, so outside of music, what is the real game?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, there's no ulterior motive. I think he understands that with me.
And this is your last Def Jam album.
Yeah.
So how did that feel?
Yo, I didn't really think about it until like just recently. There's like all this like negotiation stuff is coming up. And
are they trying to get you to sign back?
Of course. Yeah.
Are you thinking about it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Def Jam's been a really good partner. Like, really, really good partner. I'm sure Steven is figuring out ways to tweak the contracts however he wants to. You know, Steven's greedy. He's real greedy.
That's good. That's
good. Yeah. But, you know, they've been a really good partner. And, yeah, it's crazy to even hear it because, man, you go on these albums and you're just doing this music and you love it. You're so passionate about it. Like, I don't even really be thinking about the back. You know, the back, you know, just the business of it so much. I feel like, man, this is what I'm going to do anyway.
Would you put your imprint on Def Jam?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure, man. Shout out Tunji, man. Tunji, like, he knew over there. He fresh.
Now, you posted a picture of some release papers, and everybody thought that you were released off of Def Jam and going independent.
Oh, right.
So that was, you said Kanye giving you back your master.
Or good music, really.
Yeah.
Okay, Kanye.
So you have your own master.
Yeah, for sure. All the profits.
How did that happen? What was that conversation like? Did you ask him, or did he just...
So was it legal? Or
No, it was legal. Yeah, it was legal. Yeah, we, man, you know, it actually started from an argument.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, it was one of those times where Ye was you know, going through what he was going through, and he had remember all the text message stuff and all of that, and I was on the text message.
I was gonna ask you that.
I'm just at home with my daughter.
Who all these people? But you know, just in that argument, some things were said. And I was like, okay, well, if you feel like that, then this is how we need to finish that. We need to finesse that. So after the argument was over, I was like, oh, no, we still got to do this. Like, this still got to stay. And it stayed. You know, man of his word.
How many times do you argue with Ye? How many arguments do you argue?
Nah, we listen. We don't
y'all ever have to move furniture one time? Like, you know, let's just move this furniture one time. Y'all ever had to wear one? You have a brother, so you did with your brother.
Yeah.
One time, like, let's move this furniture.
Nah. It's never gotten that bad because I feel like the disagreements, it's not just like anybody just talking out of spite. It's like, yo, you really feel this way, or I really feel that way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he understands that, like, this is my real stance. Like, even, I mean, if you just think even politically, y'all know I was at the Obama joint, I was, you know, going for Hillary and all that, he going for Trump. But, you know, even in that, he understood I had a real agenda with what I was trying to do. And with that agenda, it had to be what I wanted it to be. And, you know, Trump ended up winning, so that was, you know, for his agenda. But ultimately, he understood. It's not just me, like, going against him or me, like, going in the public or going on radio, like, down talking him for his stance. It's like, no, we got a difference of opinion, but this is why. And he, you know, he gets that.
Now, even with Kid Cudi being on your album, did he have a problem with that? Because he's not messing with Kid. So was that a conversation?
It's almost like Kid Cudi's not messing with Ye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know,
they're not messing with each other.
No. Cudi's not messing with Ye.
I think it's more that.
Yo, that's the only beat on the album that Pharrell and Kanye collaborated on.
Damn.
So the beat started with Ye, and he chopped the 1+1 sample with Beyonce.
Okay.
Beyonce, she cleared it.
Okay.
And
did she make you clean anything up before?
Nah, she didn't actually. So then after that, Ye was like, yo, man, tell Pharrell to put his drums on it. He couldn't really find the drums that he felt for. Then Pharrell put the drums on it. And, I mean, I remember, it's so crazy because I remember the day so well. Like, the energy was so good in the studio. We was in, like, some art space. He had just built out this little art space. And I came over there. He started working on the record. And then Cudi just happened to pop through. He was happy. I hadn't seen Cudi in a while. We was just, this particular day was just really, really good. And Cudi gave, like, you know, like probably 3, 4, 5 different versions of what the hook should be or whatever the case may be, and just let us pick through them, and we just put it all together. So it's like, you know, now Fast forward, Cudi like, man, I'm only doing this song for you. You know, you my man, I can stand him. I'm like, bruh, like, don't do this right now. Listen, I seen a video director last night who was supposed to shoot the video. He was like, man, you know, we was ready, you know, and everything just blew up right before. But that's what happens. Like, that happens in the Kanye world. Like, everything could be going smooth and then just,
Right. Y'all were also supposed to go on tour together too, right?
oh, hell yeah.
And Nas.
Listen,
Was it?
I don't know about the Nas piece. I don't know about the Nas piece, but Ye been talking about everybody going on the road this whole time.
So
Because we usually make our albums simultaneously. So like, while he was doing his Donna thing, I was making this album too. He was, you know, of course, further along. It comes out, boom. Then it's my turn, boom.
Okay.
And, you know, the whole play was like, after we do this, then we gonna go. You know, Cudi, he had joints in the chamber for Cudi too. I don't know how it plays out.
You ever feel like Ye does not move like a billionaire? Like, does he ever look like, you know, like sometimes I look at him and he's
no, because Elon Musk does the same type of thing.
He's on the long line. He's walking out the club with security. He's the one that's swinging on.
That's very true. That's very true. And I'd be like, man, you gotta make this look a lot more fun than like what it is, bro. Like, what you doing? You know, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
It's the weirdest thing I've seen. And what do you think about the Grammys banning Kanye?
I didn't like that. I thought that was corny. And I thought that was corny, and I thought that it just wasn't. You know, I don't think you ever get. You know, you can't let what somebody's going through or whatever like hinder the business.
Yeah.
And you know, ultimately the Grammys called back. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was a little too late by that time. Like, yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's not good for the creativity.
Yeah.
And the last couple of years, you had a lot of ups and downs. You had a baby. Congratulations on the baby.
That's an up.
Yeah.
Married a couple of years ago. Congratulations on that. And also, your pops recently passed, so condolences.
Yeah.
So how has that all affected this album?
Oh man. You know, both my parents passed away within the past 4 months. So it's I think it's made for a lot more focus.
I know you were happy your son got to see.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was like a really big thing to me. But
okay,
it's made for a lot more focus, and just focusing on the family as well as is keeping, you know, just keeping my head down and grinding with the music as well.
Does that keep you and your brother closer? A little more closer?
Yeah. I mean, we already been close. Like, we talk every single morning, you know, I think for sure it has definitely brought me and my brother. I guess I would say even more closer. But you know, it's just good. It's good to know that I have a brother that like I can really like lean on. Like, you know, I'm the youngest, so it's like he's always been that person, and even in these later years, it's like he's still the crutch. He's still my crutch.
Gotcha.
Now, having a baby during a pandemic, right?
Yes,
You're
it was
used
crazy.
to being at home.
It was crazy.
All the time.
What?
And seeing your baby every day.
Bro.
But then you got to go on tour. So how hard is that going to be? You going to bring the baby with you, or?
Well, my son will be 2 in June. So for sure. I mean, you know, the whole time, you know, we weren't moving. That's the whole past 2 years. We haven't been moving until.
And what a great time to be home.
Yeah. So that was like really good.
House they just installed.
Yeah.
It was really perfect timing for you.
It was chilling. So now, you know, now it is that time. It's like, man, I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, I gotta leave. I'm asking for my schedule every 5 minutes just to see what days I'm gonna be home, because you get to miss so much. Even now, like, you know, yesterday my son singing Itsy Bitsy Spot. I didn't know he could do that. Right. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And you know, luckily, you know, we got the nanny. She videotaping everything. It's cool. It works.
I was gonna say you started fast food beef.
Yes, I did.
That was the first time I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That's a real beef. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Like, you really have beef.
you know,
no pun intended.
Yeah, it's not a real beef.
It's real beef.
Yeah,
I never knew until the beat that you
jingle
wrote.
story.
Yeah, no, listen. That's what people.
I didn't know you wrote that jingle.
Yeah, so that happened like super early in our career.
Okay.
We wrote raps for the "I'm Loving It" jingle today, and that's where the catchphrase "I'm Loving It" came from.
Okay.
So, boom. That happened.
Y'all better stop messing with King. Y'all better stop sleeping on King Push.
I'm not eating it.
Not even the fries, but they're hot.
Crack too.
Not gonna lie.
No, but you know, and it wasn't at the time, man. Like I said, I was like 20 at the time. I was like, man, this is great. Me and my brother just getting in the game, and then you realize how long that jingle has ran.
For real.
Loving it, you realize that, and then boom, later on down the line, I did a record with Skrillex.
Okay.
And the Arby's used a piece of that record. I own 40% of that record.
Ooh.
So I had just been in business with Arby's like every few months getting checks for the commercial. That was like the theme music right before we got the meats or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So, man, just thinking about the money from that. And the money that I took a one payout on when I was 20, I was like, damn, this is crazy.
How much did it pay back then to do that McDonald's jingle?
Man, it was somewhere between $500,000 and $1 million for me and my brother.
Okay.
So shout out Steve Style. He brought, hey Steve, I'm not ungrateful.
Man, it's money. That's what it is.
Yeah, he got me that deal. Yeah, for sure. Shout out Steve Style.
And they probably didn't know it was going to be used for so long.
Probably not, but it was.
Yeah,
But
it was.
Y'all better stop sleeping on King Push.
Yeah, but you know, so then Arby's knowing the history of that, I do like discussions and panels and stuff, and people always ask me like, damn, like, what are some of your regrets? And I tell them like, man, I took a payout for something from McDonald's years ago at 20, and I think Arby's called when it.
That's the main reason I stopped eating at McDonald's. On everything they pay you, it don't want to continue paying you on everything. I stopped eating at McDonald's, like, for real. And everything, but they better stop playing. They better stop sleeping on King Push, man.
That, and they were like, man, we got this big fish that we about to drop, and I know, this is now we already in business together. They put together the whole play for me.
That is really like a beef. That's really them tapping in.
Tapping into the culture, being like, yo, and it was, and it was, they just felt like the whole thing was just synonymous with what I had going on too at the time. So it's like, it's perfect. Yeah, they was like, yo, this is.
Who was the executive there that even? Listen, I'm curious. Who's?
Listen, he's I didn't meet him. Steven just met him like just recently. But I'm hearing he's like looked at as a genius.
Right.
For like how this is played out. He and it was
80-year-old white guy.
No, it was something that he had to fight for. They like nixed the idea first. And he like went back like, listen, y'all not understanding. I'm telling you.
I know they love. I hope they gave him a promotion. Because I'm telling you, that's why it's so important who's in these positions at these corporations that can make these decisions. Because a lot of times people try to be part of the culture, but they don't do it right.
Right.
And the way that they did that was like, okay, very clever.
Seamless. It was seamless. It was clever. It was synonymous with like just all brands involved. It just made sense.
Now, what was your biggest regret besides the McDonald's thing? What was your biggest regret in this industry?
Man, I think my biggest regret outside McDonald's, it would have been just the frequency of me engaging with my fans musically. I came up in a time where I lived with albums for 2 and 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I listened to like Aquemini, and I listened to The Infamous, and I listened to these records for years. And I took that energy with me into the game. I feel like now if I just would have been more consistent yearly with music, the language, it wouldn't be such a fight with the language that I'm, putting out now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people have to like people would be like really accustomed to the Pusha T lingo.
Right.
You know,
think you get the respect you deserve in this industry?
For sure. I
Yeah,
definitely do. I think
push.
artists respect me. I think, you know, people who know if you like cool and you hip, then you know what's up.
Now, I saw you said that Nas is supposed to be on Hear Me Clearly.
Yes, man.
What happened?
I don't know, man. I have no clue.
What you mean? Did he do the verse?
No, I guess he didn't.
No.
But he agreed to it, and then
well, you know, truthfully, I gave him the record a long time ago, right? And then I seen him, you know, I kept following up, you know, whatever. I felt like it was gonna happen, but you know, it got a little quiet, so I was like, all right, cool. And then I saw him at Cote, this Korean barbecue steakhouse type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And man, he was like, yo, what's up? Boom. We chopping it up. I went and sat down at my table. He bought me like thousands of dollars worth of Wagyu. It was like a table. It was like a table of 8 of us, and he just sent like a tray of Wagyu over.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when we talked about the song, he was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna knock this out, boom, boom, this and that. And I was like, all right, cool, boom, boom. And it just didn't happen. Like, it just didn't happen. And I wanted him to be like, the record, again, was on Nigo's album, for Hear Me Clearly. I was putting it on my album, but Nas was going to be the surprise on my album for the you know what I'm saying? That's how I was going to play it. Mm-hmm. And, cause they had to, like, beg me that was my record. So that
record's hard.
Yeah, like they had to like beg me for the record. I was like,
it's like 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
I was like, I got this record's hard.
He was like, what is this? So you know, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get this to you. I was like, but
I'm gonna put it on my album.
I'm gonna put it on my album, and then I'm gonna get Nas on it. I know he gonna crush it. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be like the thing. And it just didn't happen.
How many times have you done that to somebody though? They ask you for a verse, and then you forget, or life happens, you on tour, you just had a baby.
No, I don't think it happens too much. I try not to, you know, if I
say you're gonna do something.
Yeah, I try to do it.
Some artists are like that. You have to be super patient, because I work with Jay Electronica.
Yeah.
And I know that like he'll have every intention of doing something. Yeah. Because we've been waiting for him to do something now for like a year. I'm like, dude, are you gonna do this? And they do intend to do it.
Yeah.
But some people just work really differently.
People definitely, like, I know what it is. Like, man, I got stuff that I gotta do right this second. And I've been like, you know, just putting it off and like, yo, I gotta do this record. I seen a dude announce his album yesterday. I'm like, oh God, I really gotta do this record. So it's like, I understand. Like,
so why'd you push your album up?
Man.
Since you just brought it up and said,
I sort of felt like the energy around the album, I didn't want to keep it, you know, I didn't want to drag it out.
I think you should have came out last week.
Yeah. Right?
With the hypeness of the whole song, I thought was dope, and everybody talking about the album. I thought it should have came out last week.
Yeah.
I think waiting hurts now.
Well, the only issue with last week is I didn't have my merch bundle.
Got you.
It's all of that type of stuff that like sort of gets in the way. I had clearance issues. So as soon as I got the clearance done, as soon as I got the thing on, I was like, okay,
let's go.
Let's move it up.
What took a while to clear?
I think Uzi, Don Toliver, and Cudi.
Okay.
Of course.
Cudi.
He's like, I'm gonna let you do it.
Yeah. I was like, Cudi, what's up? And he was like, no, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I'm gonna do it, bro. We gonna clear this? You know I rock with you. But you know what's going on right now.
Now, I remember at one point you had invested in a streaming service too. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going on with that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this one is playing out.
Some
investments do well. They turn around, but other ones, you know, we have to wait and see.
Okay.
We have to wait and see.
What about other investments that you've done that have worked out that you?
Oh man. You know, I like to, you know, I got different things going on. Like I've owned a store for like 10 years now. It's on its 3rd location.
Okay.
It's in Philly. It's called Cream, and it's like a streetwear store. It's I don't even want to call it street.
Is it in Virginia?
It's in Virginia. Yeah. We got 2 locations in Virginia. and one in Philly. And
Okay.
that's been really good for me as well. I also got a business that I actually really love, man. It's medical transportation.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah. And so like we got like through the Hampton Roads area, it's about 20, 30 vans that just run, you know, elderly and older people and people with like illnesses around the city. And it's something my man came home from jail and he put me on to it, and it was it's been really like lucrative and like fulfilling actually.
Yeah, that's the best thing when you can do something.
Yeah, it's like it's really dope. It's really dope. Like it actually, my mom had like kidney issues, so like, you know, the service would like pick her up some days. I had like cousins and things that it would always really proved to be very helpful. But so I really care about that a lot.
This is why I like King Push. Like, for real. Pusha T. This is why. And I don't know why Drake keep dissing him. He doing stuff. He got time to keep dissing Drake. He doing business on everything. Got his own shop, cream. He doing all that, man. Y'all better start sleeping on King Push on everything.
When you said that, I'm doing something like that now because, you know, my wife's mother has dementia, and we would have to take care of her.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that the city and the state actually pays family members to take care of her instead of, you know, getting outside help.
Right.
They'll pay you because they say you do it anyway, and they'll give you money for it. So you can get a salary from helping your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather.
Wow.
So we starting a business like that where we're helping people get that money, that salary to help their loved ones.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I mean, anybody can do it for free, but the fact that you can not have to go to work and just concentrate on your mother, there's nobody going to concentrate on your mother more than you.
Listen,
More than
trust
you.
me. Like, I mean, honestly, my, you know, before my mom passed, it was like nurses. She had nurses. My sister's paralyzed. My mom was like, my mom got a nurse taking care of my sister. She got a nurse. You know what I'm saying?
How did sister get paralyzed?
Like a stroke, something, and it's not even a stroke. It's something. It was something in the brain with the blood vessels expanding, or
like an aneurysm.
But it wasn't. It's a proper term, but all of those terms are very close.
Right.
But yeah, so you know, it's been a lot. Like it's been a lot, but again, like everything seems to be working itself out and playing out in a really good way.
Yeah, I think it's amazing when you can make money that can actually go toward helping people too.
Yeah.
Like you have your nonprofit.
Yeah.
Third Strike coming home.
Yeah, the 3 Strikes Project.
Okay, so talk to me about that.
Well, that was something I got involved with you know, during that whole Obama thing and trying to get people home. Trying to get people home from the drug laws and stuff. Damn, I'm drawing a blank. My Angel.
Okay.
And, yeah. So My Angel, and it was.
She's been up here before.
She has, I'm sure. And also, I think you guys had Tony Lewis up here.
Oh yeah, you guys did.
Yeah. Okay. So you know, just something like, man, just trying to get people home, just trying to get folks home, and trying to make sure that, like, you know, they get home, they get their footing right, and they really get a head start.
For all the
a
people
jump start.
that you know that got locked up for weed.
For weed?
Weed and
I don't know too many guys with weed.
What weed? Okay.
No. I get it.
Actually, been, you know, affected by drug laws.
Right.
I was just curious if you ever thought about, you know what, maybe open a dispensary in Virginia, well, that's a Commonwealth state, but open a dispensary, because we all know people that's been affected by, you know, marijuana, selling weed and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe the drugs are a little harder.
No, you know. Yeah, let's talk about weed. So listen, I'm actually part owner of a dispensary as well in Maryland.
Okay.
Called Remedy. You know, the laws and everything surrounding those type of ventures are very tough, very tough. So I think it's a dope thing that you know, when they try to incorporate people who've been affected, you know, so who've been affected by like unfair laws and so on and so forth, and bring them in.
That's what it is. Well, Pusha, The album is out right now. It's almost dry. I gotta thank Pusha too. You know, a lot of you don't know that me and Pusha, we knew each other from when I was in college, and he used to come with me all the time to all the clubs, make sure I was safe. And
did you see any of the crazy things he used to do? Because I read his book.
He was there, Pusha. You don't understand. There was one time I was DJing, and they was throwing chairs and tables at me and Pusha.
For sure.
Was it because of envy?
No, probably because of us. And we hid behind him.
When I did my first car show, I called Pusha and I was like, I'm doing my car show, and he was like, come get my, he had his Ferrari. He was like, come get the Ferrari. And I came and got the Ferrari. And then when I delivered it, we dropped it by accident. We cracked it a little bit.
Wow.
Did you?
No, they had to go fix it.
Wait a minute.
In front of it?
They probably did. I don't know.
In front of it.
Wow.
But, you know, he wasn't mad about that.
That's
nah,
nice, right?
it's just a car.
It's just a car.
It's just a car.
Yes,
Did you call
just a
him
car.
when you heard all the news about like his book and how his wife couldn't orgasm, just to reassure him?
No.
I gotta explain this.
No, bro, come on.
This
I can't, bro. Don't. Just don't. The album is out. Jesus. Yo, you is wild.
What's wrong? You want to get in the push?
We gotta get into. We in New York City. We gotta get into Neck and Wrist.
Neck and Wrist featuring Hove.
Yes.
Get the album today. Stream it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Let's go.
They better stop playing with King Push on everything. For real. Waiting till this dude get in the car so I go ahead and get my 85 or 80K. But I'm going to end the stream. But at least when you go live, gotta keep my phone charged in case I get called up on the panel or whatnot. But peace out. Shitty gang. Oh, wait.